An O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card is the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Give the gift of convenience from O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome to Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast. Hey gang, it's JD talking to you from a snowy, horrible, windy sounding day here. It's Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast, which you may have heard a recorded version of me say mere moments ago. I am, like I said, JD. I am totally uncool and completely underqualified. But it looks as though I'm going to be your Sherpa on this journey through the catalog of seminal indie band Pavement. We are 4/5 of the way through the debut EP Slate Tracks 1933 to 1969. And today we will be talking about the 5th track, the 3-minute cut called Price Yeah. Now, I don't know whether I'm exclaiming that well enough, because there is an exclamation point after yeah. So it is Price Yeah, or something along those lines. If you have a more astute reading of the title of this song, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know at info@meetingmalcolmus.com. On that note, cracks in the pavement. Some errors that I've made in previous episodes. I've been informed via email, one line, that just said Box Elder MO is Missouri, not Montana. And I claimed it was Montana. And apparently the acronym MO is Missouri. I did not know that. I feel dumb for not knowing that, and I apologize for suggesting that Box Elder, a Pavement song, could exist in a state that clearly it does not. So, there you go. Another segment idea that I want to talk about before we get into the track today is the title of the show, Meeting Malcolmus. Earlier this week, Stephen Malcolmus tweeted the information about this show to his followers. And if you're listening for the first time, hey, hope you're enjoying yourself. We have been interacted with, I have been interacted with, I've been interacted with by Bob Nastanovich at this point, Spiral Stairs, and now Stephen Malcolmus. So this is a pretty fucking cool triumvirate to be engaged with. And I'm very grateful. And I think it's pretty cool. And hopefully someday I can seek Spiral or meet Malcolmus. That would be pretty fucking cool. In the interim, if any of you out there have already done so, I had a Twitter follower suggest that we start a segment where you tell me your Meeting Malcolmus stories. I'm going to expand on that and say you can also share your Seeking Spiral stories. And let me know, what happened, what the occasion was like, how it was. And I will read those on the show from time to time. So, yeah, send them away, info@meetingmalcolmus.com. That would be super cool. Let's listen to Price Yeah, or talk about it before we listen to it, I suppose. This is a fucking killer song. I mean, there are not really any duds on this EP. My personal favorites are Box Elder and She Believes, but this would probably be my number 3. And it's strange because it's not from a genre that I typically align with, I guess, or follow that closely. This, to me, Price Yeah, and you can tell me if you disagree. That's totally fine. But to me, Price Yeah is their ode to their influences, their punk rock influences, their punk scene influences. There's still a lot of this noise rock or noise, aesthetic on this song, but there is a ferocious rhythm laid down by Gary Young and his drumming on this song that is very punky, and you find yourself as the song kicks in sort of bobbing your head in that punk rock way, not quite the head slamming way that more hardcore bands encouraged later on, but there's definitely that movement and that feeling that's there. There's also a really a slack jawline, a slack jaw vocal delivery that comes with the punk rock aesthetic. So that's sort of there. Let's dig in and talk about this song a little bit more, though. I think it's really interesting that even though I'm labeling it punk, there is some really deft work on this song, both from a guitar perspective and from, like I mentioned, the drums. The song opens up with, when you blow up a balloon and you hold the blowy uppy end and you sort of pull it apart to get that sort of squealing sound. There's almost, they almost recreate that with a guitar, and it is a really cool sound. I don't know how to describe it other than how I just did. But when you couple it with the guitar playing that comes in 2 or 3 bars after, you get this really cool melodic counterplay, and I think it's fucking really cool. You get a long intro. It's a fairly long intro before you get into the lyrics that are really unstructured. I mean, you've got like a sub rhyme, a pseudo rhyme, I suppose, with, the first 4 lines are, just 'cause I'm faking doesn't mean I'm wrong, 'cause I bought my price. Yeah. No, I got it at cost. And there is, like a pseudo rhyme between wrong and cost, even though they don't, rhyme in a traditional sense. The way they're delivered and, syllabically, it really fits. It really works. There's 4 more lines after that, and then you go into what could be argued as the chorus. You can't say it. You can't say I'm wrong. You can't say it. You can't say it. You can't say I'm wrong. After that, you get this fucking you get this pre-solo, I'll call it, I guess. You get this playing, and they are playing here. And then you go into this solo that is pretty extended for early Pavement for sure, and even later Pavement. It really showcases, the guitar playing in a band and on an EP that isn't all that showy, if that makes sense. I think it's really good. It's at least 16 bars, maybe longer. So there is some tradition there. And then from there you go to the outro verse, I guess we'll call it. It's not a bridge, really. It's structurally very similar to the first verse, even though lyrically it's not thematically the same. It's what it is. And then you go to this outro, and from the outro and almost a hard stop, you get another 3 or 4 bars of a second outro. And it's really neat because you're left at the end of this 15-minute EP, this mysterious EP, Slate Tracks 1933 to 1969. You're left wanting more, and you're left questioning what you just heard and what it is that this band hopes to do afterward, if they do anything. It's really quite elaborate and fucked up. It's so weird. I know if I heard this at the time, it would have sounded like it was from another planet. Again, it wasn't what I was listening to. I was listening to really produce, 1989. Let me think. When this came out, I would have been listening to like Dr. Feelgood or something like that, like something hyper produced. Even if you can sort of get behind Motley Crue and go, Motley Crue, they weren't that bad. Dr. Feelgood was produced by Bob Rock, and it is so overproduced and so, there's a gated drum sound that is, basically the 80s. And I don't want to get into Dr. Feelgood, but it's just that's what I was listening to. I was going to the stadium that was close to my house that held 50,000 people to see them play. I wouldn't have even thought to go to like a dirty, like a Cameron Room or a opera house or any of the venues in my city to seek out this band or to seek out this music. And yet, had I heard Box Elder, I would have lost my shit because, like, even then, because it's just so perfect and melodic and wonderful. Price Yeah is also really wonderful. And I think I've talked enough about the song at this point that you should give it a listen yourself. If you've got any follow-up or feedback, please don't hesitate to reach out. It's been a hoot talking to you today about Price Yeah. Price Yeah. This is the last song on Slate Tracks, 1933 to 1969. Price Yeah on Meeting Malcolmus, a Pavement podcast. Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast, is a weekly affair. You can listen, share, rate, and review the show wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about the show, go to www.meetingmalcolmus.com. I tweet and Instagram at Meeting Malcolmus. Steven, are you listening?
Need parts now? O'ReillyAuto.com offers in-store pickup, same-day home delivery, or next-day home shipping. Get more parts your way at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh, 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 O'Reilly Auto Parts.